Okay. Can I just get people to gather round? My name is Lynn Rafa. I'm a co-chair of Greater Manchester Stand Up to Racism, and obviously we call this counter demonstration because people will have seen what's been going on around the country. It's horrific that the far right are using the death of 3 young girls in a horrific tragedy for their families, for their community, and yet these far right activists are using their deaths to create fear, division, and hate in their communities. And they have threatened to march in various cities across the country, including ours today here in Manchester. And we are here today to say that actually we will not be scared and we will not be silent. It's really important for us to say that we represent Manchester. We are black, we are white, we are young, we are old, we are people of faith, we are people of no faith, we are straight, we are gay, but we stand together. And that's what this solidarity unity rally is about. But it's also about stopping. Let's be very clear, it's also about stopping the far right from taking the centre of Manchester. There is no place for the far right in our city, in the centre of Manchester, in our communities or anywhere else. And they want to blame Muslims and refugees. They want to stoke up fear and say that actually people like myself are the problem. That everything that is wrong in their lives, everything that is wrong with the despair that people have. And let's be honest, there is a lot of despair out there. There is a lot of fear out there. And more than anything, it's because we've had over 10, 15 years of austerity. More than anything, it's because the politicians have left us behind. They don't care about working class people. Particularly during COVID, where it's always happened. The rich have got richer while the rest of us are having to fight to put food on our tables. We're one of the richest countries in the world and we are scared about whether we're going to be able to feed our kids or pay the mortgage or put the heating on. And that is the climate under which the far right are agitating. This is not about the death of 3 young girls. This is not about people who are broadly safe. This is about using people's fear and despair to stake hate and division in our communities. But they will not pass. Let's say it clear, they will not pass today. And I also want to say this. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Right, thank you very much. The police would like us to go to one the far right to go to the other section. As if we are equal and we stand side by side alongside each other. No. We are not equal to the far right. It's an absolute disgrace that that is how the authorities want to treat us. But let me be clear, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because GNP have a history of facilitating the far right. They have a history of attacking Muslims. You will have all seen the video from the airport where they thought it was acceptable to kick a man in the face where he was lying on the floor. They thought it was acceptable to stamp on his head. And I think it's an absolute disgrace that the police constable has said, let's look at the context. That Andy Burnham has said, let's look at the context. Because there is no context in which it's okay to do that to a man lying on the ground. But when the politicians use that language, attempt to burn down mosques across this country. That is a climate under which the far right are working. Let's be very clear. We have no time for the far right, but we also have to point the finger at the politicians who are opening the door and giving confidence to the far right. Let's blame. Let's point the finger where the blame lies. It's the likes of Farage. It's like the Tommy Robinson. But let's be honest, it was also because of the previous Tory government, who, while, Bailey was on everything, the one thing they were adamant about is that the problem was migrants, the problem was refugees, and they were going to do something about it. Well, I tell you this, no migrant, no refugee that's come out of Guinea is responsible for the fact that I can't get appointed with my GP. No refugee is responsible for the fact that I can't get on the housing ladder, or that I can't get a job, or that, my kids don't have places they can go to during the summer holidays. They are not to blame. They are not to blame for the level of homelessness in our city that we see. They are not to blame for the poverty we are seeing in our communities. They are not to blame for the fact that so many working people have to depend on food banks. The big one has to be voted at the politicians who have the policies that have driven this country into poverty. And so we're going to stand together and we're going to say no pass around. It's also important to say that Samantha Tracer has called this demonstration, but it's been backed by a whole host of trade unions, and I'm really proud of that. It's really important to say this. We are a diverse movement. We are a broad movement that represent the working class in Manchester and across the country, and that's something we should be very proud of. Because actually, those people, the far right that want to come and attack people within our communities, do not represent us. They do not have the support of the trade union movement. They do not have the support of women's groups or LGBT plus groups. They do not have the support of faith groups and youth groups. So they don't represent us. And what I'm going to do, and I know it's difficult to see how big it is because there's so many people and we're not really on the steps of the statue, which is what we want it to be. But I am going to call different unions to come up and speak about why they're supporting this and actually why anti-racism is a trade union issue. It's not just for black people and Muslims to fight back, it's a fight for all of us. Because if they divide us, if they get away with creating division on our communities, they weaken all of us. Fuck off, you racist shit! Get the fuck out of here, go on!
Call that fucking...
Stop off our streets!
Call that peaceful! You call that peaceful!
Stop!
Racist scum! Racist scum! Racist scum!
Nazi scum!
Shout that through a tannoy! You call that peaceful! You call that tannoy! That ain't peaceful! That ain't peaceful! That ain't peaceful! Call us Nazis, now get fucked! Get your fucking hand off me, get away from me.
Oh, dead peaceful, dead peaceful.
Bye-bye, bye-bye! You're the one shouting! You're the one through a tannoy! You're the one, fuck you!
Off our street!
Bye-bye!
Off our street! Off our street! Off our street! Off our street! Off our street!
Off our streets! Off our streets! Off our streets!
Off our street!
Off our streets!
Off our street!
Off our streets!
Off our street!
Off our streets!
I'm going to take him round there.
Don't let them take you alive.
It's black members